welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Hey look, haven't been able to get behind the mic. The 9 to 5 is really busy, and I'll tell you what, today is my only day to get behind the mic. Look, I try to bring it to you every week. Try to bring your frequent trades that we can talk about, so maybe you learn something. I bring it to you straight talk style. I try to bring you the energy to get you excited. I'll tell you what, I get a lot of feedback from Salty Dog cover call writers that tell me when they watch my videos, they get excited, motivated to do more trades than they normally would have otherwise. And of course, I get all the emails. All you new cover call writers are excited. You get in the game, you get your experience, and you are having your own success. And that jacks me up to do the next red hot cover call video. Now look, let's go ahead and get to this. Look, that's what we do here. I try to show you my trades. We talk about them straight talk style, so we eliminate that hurdle of confusion and feeling overwhelmed with this selling premium strategy. Look, I tell you my stories, I show you some trades so you get closer to it. Look, I come from the old school. You know, I can read about it time and time again, and to be honest with you, I may lose my interest. But if you show it to me a couple times, man, that's going to excite me. And I'll tell you what, absolutely gets me excited hearing your success story. Look, let's go ahead and get to this. I'm going to show you some numbers, and I'm going to show you a great NVIDIA trade for which I used a cash secure put, covered calls, only bought 100 shares instead of buying 200 shares. I'm going to show you how had I bought 200 shares, I would have made X, but because I only bought 100 shares and I used the money, I did multiple cash secure puts, making even more money. Now look, if you like what you're hearing today and you're interested in hearing more, I have over 180 videos. I've been doing this for 3 years. I show you my numbers and I try to motivate you to get you in the game. So what I want you to do is subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Before we get to my numbers in that great trade, I want to show you something. A lot of times I get comments where people just want to see some of the great stocks from the free CTP dashboard on their phone. Well, spreadsheets don't work well on a phone, right? So what some have asked me to do is query out some of the data, post it up on my website so they can just go there and see the new stocks that trade for a certain price, right? Some people might not have hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this strategy. They only have maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. They want to find that next great cover call candidate that's on the CTP dashboard, but they want to be able to sort it by price so they could start their research. So that's what I did. I created a query and I went ahead and posted it up on my website. Now, this site is not complete, but I'm going to be doing this for $30 stocks, $40 stocks, $50 stocks. You're going to be able to bring this up on your phone. I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the description. I want you to go there, check it out. Maybe you'll see a stock that interests you. Now, August 2019 is a milestone for me. Remember when I started this 3 years ago? It was August 2016 when I started selling premium full bore. I had multiple stocks, man. I was doing multiple trades, buying, selling, right? It was the moment that I started doing this for my experiment in retirement, right? Could I use a portion of my portfolio to sell premium, generate extra income, and prove to myself that I can learn a skill in the stock market, generate real life-changing money for retirement? Remember that? I'm not in retirement, but this is an experiment in retirement. Fast forward 3 years, and here we are. I have made, with stock appreciation and premium on the stocks that I use, remember the portion of my portfolio I used for selling premium? That money over 3 years has generated over $153,000, and I think that's over $51,000 a year. Most people would agree. That's real money. That's real money we could spend and live in retirement. So for me, I absolutely love the vindication that I'm able to do this. And where we're at right now is this. My goal is $55,000 for 2019. I'm damn near $40,000. We have many months to go. I have many trades on the books. I'm already at 17.56% on that money I talked about. Last year I made 24.9%. I believe I can get to that same number this year. And I don't know about you, but if you could be knocking down damn near 25% cash on cash every single year, beating the market hand over fist, yeah, that is real money. A lot of you out there are going to retire with a decent sized 401k because through hook or crook, we have lived through a nasty sell-off that has rallied to all-time highs. We're in a bull market where even just throwing money into a 401k every single paycheck, you probably have a decent amount of money where you're going to need to generate income from that. Because right now it's probably not generating enough income. Well, you're going to need to learn a skill so you can use that portfolio or portion of it to generate these kind of returns. You can do that. Watch the videos. Get your financial education. Get motivated to learn it. And I'll tell you, you too can have the same success. You know, I show you my numbers not to brag and boast. I get a lot of hater emails where people say, oh, you show the numbers to brag and boast, to say how good you are and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's just someone that hasn't watched my channel. For the past 3 years, I've shown you my numbers to motivate and inspire you. I know a lot of you get inspired by the money, and a lot of you have told me you want to use the selling premium strategy to maybe generate a couple $100 a month, maybe help you make the ends meet. You don't want to get too risky. You don't want to get too deep into it. So that's what I do. I show you my numbers. I'm the only YouTube cover call cash secure put video channel that shows you my ongoing numbers. So I want you to look at that not as a brag and boast. Come on, that's the last thing I'm trying to do. Why do I got to show anybody my numbers? I show them to you to motivate you, so maybe you'll go out and start the process. You watch the videos, you get your education, then you open up that small ball account, and then you do your very first trade. Let me give you a little backstory on NVIDIA. The idea here is when NVIDIA fell down before earnings, I looked at that as an opportunity to buy 100 shares. I thought NVIDIA would go higher after earnings because what AMD did during the China trade war talks and their earnings report, stock rocketed higher. The market overall is moving up and down based on daily news. Well, went ahead and bought 100 shares of NVIDIA, paid about 156x, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to hold it through earnings, and then when NVIDIA beats earnings, which I thought it would, it was a gut feeling, I was going to write that out of the money covered call, pocketing a nice cherry picking earnings report cover call right. Yes, I was going to use volatility. I know I talk about not writing cover calls through earnings, but you know me, love using the volatility, and that's what we were going to do here. Well, as the markets would have it, I bought in at 156x and NVIDIA fall. Well, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I am left holding the bag. I'm already down 6-7 points on this trade. I might as well go out and buy another 100 shares and reduce my cost basis with another purchase of NVIDIA around 150. But before I did that, I sat there and thought to myself, man, how many times have I done that and the stock just keeps falling? Well, I'm done doing that. So what I did was, instead of buying another 100 shares and assuming the risk of owning another 100 shares, I went ahead at 150 and I sold on a very volatile day, and at the money, cash secure put 150, and I got $9.20 for that. Yeah, somebody paid me $920 to put up 15 grand to buy somebody's shares at 150. Well, for me, I'm loving that trade because I don't think NVIDIA falls much lower than 150. Well, my hunch is right. NVIDIA turns and heads higher. The markets head higher. What did I do? Ended up buying that cash secure put back, taking that obligation of me buying somebody's shares at 150 off the board. Now the stock is trading higher, and I'm thinking I'm going to write a covered call. Well, the stock did go higher, and I did write a covered call, but I got a little bit of FOMO. As the stock is moving tremendously higher, I don't want to be that guy that misses out on all that upside and proving the haters right. What I did was I wrote a deep out of the money covered call. I only got paid like $1.50 for it, but for me, I was going to take that $1.50, and if my shares were taken away at 190, man, think about that. Damn near 40 points in a very short window. Well, NVIDIA falls, I was able to buy that covered call option back, alleviating the obligation, giving my shares away at 190. But to be honest with you, I don't feel like my shares are going to be taken away at 190 because NVIDIA's falling. And NVIDIA falls back down to 160. And now I'm feeling like this might be an opportunity to sell another cash secure put. Now, the first cash secure put I wrote for 45 days, so they paid me a fat $9 plus premium. Well, in this case, I wanted to shorten that window up. When the stock was trading around 160, that's what I did. I went ahead and wrote an at the money cash secure put, and I got paid $6.10 for that trade. And of course, my hunch was right. NVIDIA turns. Right now, it's trading at 167.50. And this is where, if I wrote a covered call right now, an at the money covered call 30-day, I can get an $8 covered call premium to give my shares away right now at 167.50. When we do the math, from me writing covered calls, selling cash secure puts, using 100 shares, using the money that I would have spent to buy 100 shares, in this case, I use that money to sell cash secure puts, I actually could generate $3,500 versus $2,100 had I just bought 200 shares at 156x and sold them at 167.50. Now, I know some of you are saying, look, man, that's all pie in the sky. You didn't write that at the money covered call for 167x. And look, here we are on the weekend. You may not get that $8 premium. What I'm trying to show you is this. You can use use the covered call and cash secure put strategy to generate more profits because you're flexible. See, when I own those 200 shares, I'm in the hope and pray business, right? The stock either goes higher or it goes lower. And I'll tell you what, in the selling premium strategy, I'm able to buy 100 shares, but that extra money to sell cash secure puts when there's huge volatility allows me to sell at the money cash secure puts, collecting $9 and $10 premiums on stocks like Nvidia. And here's the deal. If the stock were to continue to fall and I'm assigned Nvidia shares at 150, what's my real cost basis on those shares? They paid me $9.20. So my real cost basis on Nvidia is $141. So my total cost basis goes from 156 down to the mid 140s. Now, had I held those 200 shares hoping for a swing trade, day trade to make a nice 10-point move, I would have been stuck holding the risk of 200 shares. Now, in this case, selling that cash secure put gives me the flexibility. And that's what I did. As the stock went higher, I was able to buy that cash secure put back, alleviating that obligation. And now I had that money. And when Nvidia peels off and comes back, I was able to sell another cash secure put, pocketing even more premium. And I'll tell you, if you learn the strategy, right? If you get more comfortable with it, you can ebb and flow with this volatile market. The reason I'm really showing you this trade is because in today's market, we're going to be seeing volatility. We're just not going to make a line from A to B straight up anymore. Now it's up, down, up, down, up, down. And that buy and hold strategy, I'm telling you, it's going to test your patience. I'd rather have the flexibility of having that 100 shares and writing those covered calls when the stock goes higher. Hey, if my shares are taken away, I made money, right? But when the stock falls, and it really falls like it does in today's market, I'm able to sell that cash secure put, get a fat premium, and I win both ways, right? If the stock goes higher, I can buy that $9 option back for pennies, pocketing 9 points. If the stock falls and I am assigned Nvidia shares at 150, my true cost basis is 141. That's the flexibility I love with the selling premium strategy. What we talk about here is chiseling off a little bit of your portfolio, using it to sell premium, using it as a tool, right? I use it as a tool in my overall portfolio. But see, for me, if I can use that money that I generate in retirement, man, I can pay some bills, I can live the good life. If you found this video interesting, I want you to bang that like button. It always jacks me up when I see you guys hitting the like button. Look, I hope I got you interested. I hope I got you motivated. The stock market is super volatile with what's happening. I need you to stay in the game. It is real easy to get out of the game. And when you get out of the game, you miss great opportunities to have success. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll be back next week for another red hot covered call video. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.